Stage to keep possession.
Huge bid, gets the
It's a great
target.
opportunity for the Germans, and they break it
Did he
in.
throw it the full 80 yards to the field? Are you kidding me?
And an incredible catch.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year. to keep possession alive.
Huge bid, gets the
It's a great
target.
opportunity for the Germans, and they break with
They
ease.
throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me?
And an incredible
You
catch.
are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.
Day one of National Championship Senior Division, Edmonton, Alberta. Third out of 4 live stream here today on this day one. Etienne welcoming you with G to comment this game. Women's division, which will feature Tempest from Newfoundland versus Queen City Bees from Regina.
That is correct. Should
So-
be an exciting one in the win, since both of them really enjoy playing in it all the time.
So, G, you are being one of the proud product of Regina. So, tell us about the Queen City Bees. What can we expect from this women's crew?
I think they're gonna come out with a ton of spirit. They're just loving to be here. They're a brand new team, about 3 years in. So Carly, their captain, Carly Koronkowitz, number 2, has been a big part of just creating this group of girls and just bringing them up. And I coached a ton of them, so it's going to be very, very fun just to see what they've got out here. The wind's going to be tricky. It's a bit swirly down there, and up here too, actually. And but Newfoundland will be a good matchup, as I've heard they're quite a young team as well.
And I have to personally admit, I'm always excited on commentating on teams from Regina. We unfortunately don't have much opportunity to look at those teams, and I can say the same thing with the Newfoundland-based team. So we're super excited to have them on this national championship.
Yeah.
So looking forward, an exciting game. So Regina, I think, on our right-hand side, wearing the yellowish green jerseys, while Tempest from Newfoundland on your left-hand side wearing the dark jerseys. The horn is being blown right now. Queen City Bees will kick things off with the opening pool of this women's division matchup. We are live. The disc landing near the brick mark. Quickly, Tempest moving it up. 1-to-1 defense. Open side pass, and it's blocked by Regina. Quickly going long, but Tempest responsive with another block.
I think we're going to see a lot of the Huck D play today in this lovely wind, hey?
And indeed, it is windy, so the wind kind of comes from the bottom end of your screen towards the upper end of your screen. So sideways for both of these teams. Long pass, finding, almost caught by number 31, Marcienne Thériault. But she could not handle the disc, unfortunately. So opportunity for Regina to potentially score their first point and first break point of this game as an opening act. Still 1-to-1 defense played by Tempest, going long and well read and defended by number 55, Fitzkowski. Great flick, still working up the open side. Resets, tight 1-to-1 defense played by the Queen City Bees. Finding the hole, nice pass and run, going long again to number 31, but touches her hand, but she cannot get a grasp on it, unfortunately. Once again, Marcienne Thériault.
These are close ones here. They're moving it really well with some flow, and Newfoundland's doing a great job of just hitting the open person deep. I think with the wind coming this way, again, we're going to see these long shots. But I do believe, like, if the Queen City Bees can just relax a little on their second or third throw, they'll kind of calm down a bit and just move it up. So hopefully they can start doing that. Get jitters out, right? First live stream game.
Absolutely. And G, if I'm not mistaken, you have coached a few of these players in the past.
I would say I've coached maybe 90% of them. Yes.
Well, that's more than a few. 90% is the vast majority.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's been mentoring and coaching and just introducing them to the game, but they've really taken it to the next level, wanting to do it on their own and really trying to grow into their own program. They're doing a great job of that, and again, this is their third year at nationals and playing together from all over. Like, some people come back from school and they just go play together, so in the summer that's their season, and our season's quite short compared to many other provinces, as we don't go to tournaments everywhere. And I believe again, Tempest is the same thing. They went to No Borders, I believe.
I think it was at the Jazz Fest.
Jazz Fest, that's correct. Yeah, so same thing. So it's kind of interesting to have small communities on the live stream and us going, well, we haven't seen you play.
Well,
and
absolutely.
And they're showing us what they got in this win. They don't look that concerned. There's some turns, but I think it's part of the jitters of just being on this field and just having that showcase game. But it's going to get smoother, I think.
It's always more challenging when you're outside of the big cities and you want to build and have some competition. thinking about Newfoundland,
Yeah.
going to Montreal, you have to fly
Yeah.
your way there.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
long.
it's very, very demanding in times and in resources, financially also. So what a commitment
Yeah.
from these two teams. In the meantime,
What a grab.
one hand grab in the air.
That's
Bees looking for a reset. Well completed. Going upward. William with the disc, flicking it. And oh, unfortunately landing on the ground. More likely the wind stopping the intended path for that pass. Newfoundland back with the disc, but miscuing. The Bees in a great position to score the first point of the game. Bees starting the game on defense. So here we are, Regina, making this game a 1-0, but most importantly, scoring a break point to kick things off in this women's senior pool play.
having that first break is going to give them a lot of energy going into the next one.
For sure.
It's going to be a bit of back-to-back. I feel like a lot of fights for these little throws and things like that. If people start to clean it up, the game might change a bit. So that was a good, calm end zone for Carly Koronkowitz over there, number 2 captain that is kneeling down right now. Nice and calm, looking for that inside throw. It's one of her favorites. And yeah, let's see how Tempest can come back and do the same thing.
And for those who are less familiar with the sport, maybe you're just watching like you're an uncle or you're an aunt or a grandmother or grandfather. Well, the sport is pretty straightforward. You see 2 end zones, so the purpose of the game is to complete a pass to a teammate in one of these 2 end zones. Then you score 1 point. When you're in possession of the disc, you cannot run with it. You have to stop running, and there's no contact. And when you're in possession of the disc, you have 10 seconds to attempt a pass. Otherwise, it's a turnover. So any incompleted pass, either blocked, intercepted, or hitting the ground, well, it's a turnover. Pretty straightforward.
My favorite part about that too is self-refereed. We have some observers out here, and observers are there to keep track of time, and they are helping us with out-of-bounds calls. But other than that, it is more so up to the players and them being accountable for it.
So self-referring required a great amount of a spirit of the game, which is another distinctive aspect of this wonderful sport. So spirit of the game, meaning you have to respect the rules, you have to apply the rules, respect your opponent, respect the game. So the disc went out and the observers are putting a little pouch on the ground, signaling where the disc needs to be put back into play, which is the same place where the disc went out of bound, actually.
Looks like the Bees are setting up in a zone right now. Tempest is doing a good job of just trying to break through the holes and swinging that disc. Moving it laterally across the field, I think, is the best way to do it right now. Get some openings.
Some crashing inside the zone defense. Perry put it back, swinging on the right-hand side. Great patience by Tempest, but oh, unfortunate pass attempted by Costigan, being picked up by the wind, and it's Regina's break opportunity. Stuck on the sideline, trying to get some breathing room by centering the disc. Dakis with the disc goes backward to Zanko. Nice cut inside by 27 Moise. An unfortunate miscued. It will be Tempest this once again. Quickly Regina setting up their zone defense, which has been proven successful so far.
Make them throw as much as they can, and they're... Oh,
was that cut?
that,
There was
that
a
is a
foot
turn.
under it, but nah.
That's good spirit too.
Yeah.
Sometimes those ones are tough, and then you gotta make the call.
Acknowledging yourself that, yeah, the disc is on the ground. Even though I gave it my best, but it's
Yes.
on the ground.
That's right.
So another break opportunity that ends on the ground, unfortunately for the Bees. Tempest in the corner of death. I can't help but
This is
think
the
in a
worst
deep
corner
voice.
to be in. Worst corner to be
Oh,
in
it
Ultimate.
is indeed.
Moving it in your own end zone is the most nerve-wracking thing to do.
It is. What the nice
Nice.
pass! That was a very precise pass from Tempest handler, finding the small itsy bitsy hole into Regina's pretty tight zone defense. Nice one-hand grab, but saved by number 5, Juliette Hudson. Tempest going upward at the brick mark, less than 20 yards away from their first point. Now 10 yards away from their first point. Perry with the disc, resetting to Perrin. 5 yards away. Hudson with the disc, holds it back. Resets to Dodd. Taking their time, knowing the importance of this offense hold. Flick by number 10, deep in the end zone. Observers confirming the point. We are tied at 1 after this Tempest great offense hold.
That was a very, very strong hold. And against that wind, too, I think they did a wonderful job of just moving it up on that open side. Tempest has a really, their backhand is strong. They're confident in their throws, and they're catching everything. I was coaching the juniors with the Saskatchewan Wheaties, and we played Newfoundland Storm, and they caught everything. I feel like they can track discs like
Really?
just beyond my belief, the things that they can catch, and they're focused on that. And you can tell because some of these ladies coach the Storm, and so you can tell that that focus is still there. This wind, no trouble for them at all.
Well, that's how wide the skill sets of this player is playing in those conditions. And I'm pretty sure it's some kind of a relief for Tempest to score this point on offense while they've suffered a first break point to kick things off.
Definitely.
You know, you want to make sure that will secure their O-line, say, okay, we got this girl.
Yeah.
So now they will be hunting for a break point to respond to Regina's break point scored earlier. Guess what? Tempest setting a zone defense in another death corner situation. Great handling, looking for the holes. But Tempest, nice.
That's a
low
nice
release on the flick by Regina's number 2, Karanchewicz. Trying to pronounce it my best.
I'm
as quickly as
still
possible.
learning, and I've known her for about
thanks.
8 years.
Thanks for bearing with
No
me.
worries. Spelling it's harder.
We'll call it Carly.
Carly's good,
that
yeah.
good?
We call her
She will
Carl.
not be Carl.
Carl.
Okay. Nonetheless, great pass. Low release on the flick. But Tempest now is moving upward with the disc. Resetting back. Now going on the right hand side quickly. Pass from Fancy. Now it's number 13, Grace Beatty with the disc. Feeding number 3, Fancy once again on the sideline. Tempest is moving upward. Spitzkowski with the disc. Oh, unfortunate miscue by number 31 again. Marcian Theriault, unfortunately, could not connect.
Looks like an arrow is being set up now. Turning more into a trap, actually.
Nice pass, but nice catch. Number 16, Chamberlain.
And that's another one of the captains of the Bees. New captain this year.
Fortunately, William cannot handle that pass. It will be a break opportunity, but there's a timeout call by number 13, Grace Beatty, saying, okay, we are in an amazing position to score our first break point, so let's take a timeout in order to set things up. So far, a lot of action. A few turnover also but very well spirit. Great intensity on the field, G.
Yeah, I believe like the turnovers right now, it's the little stuff. It's if it can catch right now in this crazy wind, again, that focus of just having your two hands there and just getting that disc. It's the hardest thing to talk about from up here because we're not in it.
Of course.
But watching them do it, you can see it's just a little bit tense with the disc, and then they're just kind of flipping it over. So hopefully they can clean it up. But now we have the Tempest on the line. I'm interested to see what kind of defense the Bees are going to put on. But Tempest is so confident with the disc. If they can just patiently move that disc and get it in, it might be a quick point for them right now.
So from a rule perspective, after a timeout is called, the offense needs to set first. And after the offense is set, they can no longer move. And the defense will set themselves up. And then after this will be put back into place. So the defense adapts to whatever offense is offering. So we see a nice, clean vertical stack with some poachy defense on the right and left hand side. So try to isolate number 31, but here comes right in the middle. Great pass, but unfortunately maybe a little too much gas on that flick, making it hard to catch. And Regina taking back the disc against Tempest zone the defense. Nice clean flick on the right hand side. The Bees going long. Great pass reaching out. Number 16 Chamberlain. Holding it back, resetting to Carly. Right in the middle, Williams now with the disc. 1-to-1 defense in the transition applied by Tempest. Long pass, great run, nice way to attack the disc by Chamberlain, but could not get a hold on it. Tempest recovering the disc at their own goal line.
And a zone being set up now by the Bees. Just a regular 3-3-1 zone with the cup on the front. Trying to make it harder for the Tempest to move it up the field. But again, Tempest seems pretty patient with the disc, so nothing's too hard for them at the moment. So hopefully the Bees can clamp down and cause a turn, and there it is. There's your turn.
So the zone defense working for the Bees. And G, I cannot help but being impressed. So you're on the offense, you have to play defense, and how quickly the Bees have set up their zone defense.
Yes.
While Regina is scoring the point. So it's an offense hold for the Bees from Regina, making this game a 2-1 lead early in this first half.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of the Koronkowicz to Chamberlain connection in this game. Chamberlain's got some legs. She'll go for days. Fun fact about her, she used to be like training for the Cirque du Soleil. So if she lays out in this, it might just look like 3 somersaults or a flip or something crazy, but that's how she goes. No layouts.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Hopefully she'll throw it out here one time. But
Well, you're an acrobat?
Yeah.
You're like a top gymnast or something.
exactly. A lot of multi-sport athletes in
and
Ultimate.
then you play Ultimate at a national level.
I love that about this game. You get players from all over playing different sports and coming into Ultimate and saying, this is better. I want to play this.
Like if I had achieved only one of these things in my life, I would be very proud. But
I'm
you've
with you
done
too.
3 all.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Etienne. One of them would be great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just showed the wideness of all the talent that's on the field here today. And it's only 2 teams. Imagine through the 3 divisions. There's 1,500 athletes here in Edmonton competing in this senior national championship. Tempest against Regina's zone defense. Well, they just transitioned to a 1-to-1 defense, and well read and defended by number 16 Chamberlain. She just slept on a patch of ice.
Field's a bit messy from yesterday's rain with the CUC juniors happening yesterday.
The field is still soaked with some water, but still in a fairly well condition considering the hard beating the field suffered yesterday during those amazingly well fought two finals in the women's division and the men's division for the junior championship. Both finals were won.
I heard it was a
by-
Quebec sweep.
It was a Quebec sweep, so the Origin program from Quebec City have won both gold medal. The women's having won against Titan from Montreal, so it was an all-Quebec battle, while the men's division was won by Origin from Quebec City. Guess who? The defending champion from last year, Dinos from BC, in an epic battle, considering the horrible weather condition they had to play into yesterday. Long pass, hunted by number 5, Juliette Hudson, but just falling, I'd say half a centimeter short
Just, yeah,
of catching
inches.
the disc.
Very close. She was right there.
She never gave up. The Bees at their own goal line. Should I say the Bees or the Queens? Maybe the Queen Bees, the Queen City Bees.
We say bees.
B,
We say bees.
B.
Yeah.
There you go. Tempest back with this nice one-hand grab by number 6, Rachel Tobin. Nice backhand, but the wind kind of picked it up last second, making it hard for Pricker to get a hold on it. The bee queen, or the queen bee.
Queen bees. Queen City. Bees is good enough, Etienne.
Thanks.
They can buzz through.
I appreciate
There's
that.
Cypherling with the
Nice.
huck.
Long hawk, chase down, and it's way to fight for Ginny Ager on this long attempt, falling on Tempest's own goal line. So one thing with that long game, considering the challenge it is to bring the disc up, is that we might lose the possession of the disc, but they are 70 yards away from scoring a point.
Exactly.
So let's fight our way through on defense and see what happens. Turnover about 12 yards away from the goal line. Regina threatening to take a 2-point lead. And it's along the sidelines no, was it out of bounds? Yes, it's confirmed by the observers. It was caught out of bounds, maybe on the line, and in ultimate, on the line is out, unless NFL football or CFL football,
Yeah.
with the line is in, but in ultimate, the line is out. Great catch by Sifferling. Nice flick. This one was caught in, confirmed by the Tempest player, and then the observers, Queen City Bees, scoring their 3rd point, and most importantly, their 2nd break point of the game, leading now 3-1 against Newfoundland.
And with this win too, I think having 2 breaks right away early is going to be helpful, especially I don't think it's stopping. The wind is going and it won't go away. So these breaks are going to be important. And I think also on the opposite end, I do feel like Tempest has the opportunity to come back. They've had some close ones on the end zone line. They are also a young crew, just like the Queen City Bees, with a few veterans on their team. I believe one of their captains, Rachel Fitkowski, is a Grandmasters player.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, no, Masters. She's Masters player. She plays with the Grind Mothers out of Newfoundland as well, who I've had the pleasure of playing against many times in the past 2 years. And I think they're bringing a ton of knowledge to this young crew from Newfoundland. Tempest is mostly from their junior program, the Newfoundland Storm. So a lot of them are up and coming and just getting into the CUC senior division, which is, I think, very, very fun to see and exciting that there's so many young athletes from junior programs moving up into these with a lot of mentorship and coaching from the older players.
And they mentioned it to their team comment that their goal for the CUC is, always try to improve and get each player as much experience as possible, as we don't easily get much tournament experience at home. So,
Yeah. Ditto. We get it.
So speaking of experience, there are now have to find some solution to Regina's zone defense. They are midfield. What a nice grab up in the air, climbing the ladder, number 24, Morgan Hall. On the sideline now, it's 75 McGregor Great disc movement by the Newfoundland squad, entering the red zone, which is at 20 yards before the end zone. It's not an official terminology in ultimate, but we kind of steal that away from the football, but miscued by Tempest. Great attempt, great way to bring the disc up, but just lacking execution to close the deal.
The wind is playing tricky things on you. You feel like you have a throw, and then it just pulls it deeper, or it just keeps going a little faster, and then you lose it after a split second.
Bees in motion against Tempest zone defense, which they were able to quickly install after that turnover. And here it is, Fitzkowski with the disc being forced back, and oh, nice catch by Hall, saving the day on this Tempest hold. Again, great transition, but the disc was a little low in addition of the wind blowing, making it very hard for Claire Fancy to secure that catch. But they will have another opportunity, Newfoundland, back with the disc after the miscued by Regina. Right in the middle. Nice pass and run by number 75, McGregor, offering herself as a target. But now it's Hall with the disc, 12 yards away from the goal line. Some stoppage of play. Little call quickly resolved. The disc is in the space, but it's being taken by the wind out of bound, unfortunately. So another Tempest attempt to score a second point in this game, falling short.
It just seems that every disc that they're throwing into the end zone right now keeps going to the back. They're just putting a lot of edge on it, and I think it's making it just sail a little bit more. Nice bid by Goldak over there, grab that disc.
And she finds a hole in Tempest zone defense, but unfortunate drop by Moyes, granting Tempest another opportunity, but
Gets it back.
there you go. That's how quickly it goes in ultimate. 1 second, it's your disc. The second, no longer your disc. Nice reset. Another one hand grab by Regina's handler. Going up the line, the number 6,
okay,
providing an option. Here she goes, Zankel along the sideline. Great grab, a little bobbling, but still holds on to it, Murray. And disc is being turfed. Tempest will take it back at their own brick mark. Nice floaty long pass, finding number 12 Holder. Quickly moving up. It's Mayday for Regina's defense on the goal line. Travel call, so McGregor having to take one step back. So nice recovery for Regina, because there was 4 black jerseys, and McGregor sliding to secure that point. Tempest scoring their second point, making this offense all a success, but still trailing by 1 point in this first half. We are almost 30 minutes into this game.
The wind's just slowing them down. It's hard for you to move the disc when it's just little turns in the middle, and then they're fighting hard for those. But these points are longer than they should be, and due to all the factors that we've been talking about, it's just a little bit harder to kind of focus in and trying to catch those discs. So hopefully, again, I'm hoping both teams can start to clean it up. You could see if you take that long shot, it's there for you, especially if you are on the left side of the camera right now. That long shot is there. It's just finishing it and just completing the pass and getting those catches is going to be super important. Then we can start to see them move it a bit more. And Tempest is finding the holes. They're finding the holes in the zone, so Bees need to start cleaning up their zone and cleaning up their defense a little bit, just to help stop those big throws from happening.
And that's why it's so important for these two teams who might not been as exposed as they can wish to tournaments like that and to competition. You know, you can talk about execution all season long, but if you're not exposed, if you're not like jumping in the water in order to be challenged against those competition, against the excitement of the traveling, sleeping at the hotel, you know, you're not in your bed,
I love
with
the
your
hotel.
teammates. There's a lot of things to think about. So it's all between the ears. It's not about skills, it's about mental.
Yeah.
So, and there's only one way to learn, and it's to be exposed to competition. That's why it is so important for these teams to take part at these national championships.
You can tell with the commitment for them to fly all the way here or drive, as most of the Regina ladies drove, and I know Tempest flew, but the commitment to come here to play at such a high level tournament and the things that they do during their season, it's a big applause to all of them because it takes a lot of time and effort just to get it going, especially from small communities. So good on them.
Beauty, pass and run. Perry holds it back. Resets it to Dodd in the red zone, less than 10 yards away from a potential score by the Newfoundland squad. Nice flick, reset, but was that partially blocked or is it just a wind who kind of made it unstable? Nonetheless, it's a Regina disc right now. Quickly, Tempest setting their zone defense. But it was a bobbly pass. Unfortunately, number 14, Christensen, could not get a hold on it. Tempest, 5 yards away from a point. 1-to-1 defense by Regina. Dodd looking for an answer, going around the mark. 1 yard away from the goal zone, and it's completed and confirmed by the observers. Tempest scoring their third point, tying it at 3s.
And that's
in
a
this
break.
women's senior division pool play game. So if you're less familiar with the game, when there's a goal score, we're waiting. There's always like 1, 2, 3 second hesitation before confirming the point. And we're waiting for the observers to put their 2 hands up. Confirm. They want to make sure, okay, was there any call? They're looking at each other. Okay, no call. 2 thumbs on the shoulder, and then when they bring their hands up, it confirms that the point is good. So that's why we're just waiting, and even the teams are very well drilled to that. They're just waiting for the observers.
We pretend to be well drilled for that. We chase on.
You know, sometimes you're too excited for your teammate to
Exactly.
score a goal, but most of the time, all the teams are well aware that, you know, make sure before you celebrate that it's confirmed by the observer. Otherwise, you know, it might cause some disappointment, which we have witnessed yesterday in the men's final. For the final point, all the teams were just rushing the field to celebrate their gold medal, but the observer says, wait a minute, there's a call. So
it's hard to wait. As an athlete on the field, it's very hard, especially if it's a finals and the final point.
It's hard to wait, especially when you have a junior final.
Oh,
There's
juniors.
so much.
It was very
emotion,
exciting to
intensity.
watch.
It was indeed. I was by the sideline and I was just walking up down the field, tried to keep up. I was exhausted after the game, but that's not about me. That's about the Tempest and the Queen City B.
And Tempest just got a turnover, so now they are. Oh, there's the other turn.
Well read, and we're going long. Oh, but I think nice rolling backward, a little circus action from number 16.
Chamberlain.
And she did that with a smile.
Always will.
Nice grab by Thériault. Nice one-hand grab once again by McGregor. Zone defense by Regina. Tempest quickly moving the disc upward, transition to a 1-to-1 defense by the Bees. Nice flick, and this time it's caught by Telio and confirmed by the observers. Tempest scoring their 4th point, taking for the first time the lead in this game. Tempest having scored the last 3 points. Way to come back for the Newfoundland squad. And we said it, G.
Yes.
When the Regina was leading 3-1, it is far from being over. Great response by the Newfoundland team. So this is the third of our 4th live stream here today. So a ton of action, and there's two fields that are being web streamed. Field number 1, which we are currently looking at, is not only web streamed but also commented all through the tournament. There's also the field number 2, which is filmed. We'll have the sound also, but no comments. So you have always 4 teams in action on the Ultimate Canada live stream. So great initiatives by Ultimate Canada, allowing a maximum of opportunity for a team to be streamed. And G, that's one thing we mentioned in a previous live stream. So how important it is when you try to make Team Canada. You have tryouts, but tryouts, there's so many players and so little time for players to show themselves up. So that's why it's so important to have as many film material for players to display their talent and their skills through those tryout process for Canadian teams. So Regina, 1 yard away of tying the game. Great pivot work, nice backhand release, confirmed by the observers. We are tied at far. Great response by Queen City Bees after suffering the last 3 points, answering back by tying the game.
Great stronghold by the Bees there. They were moving it quite nicely, and then it started getting a little cloggy in the end zone, which I think happens to almost every team. Not all. More junior teams, I bet, are cloggy. Yes.
Probably. We'll have to ask our
they did a good
statistic
job.
team
Yeah.
to take
I'll
some
take the
statistics.
stats next time. But after that, they cleaned it up, and then we had Moyes come in there for a nice, easy up line. And yes, so we're back at it. This game's going to be interesting. It'll just come down to, again, who can keep possession of the disc longer and just keeping it clean.
So if you wonder, well, how do you win an ultimate frisbee game? Well, you have to score some point. How many points do you have to score? Well, you have to score 15 points in the time allowed, which is for this game 1 hour 25 minutes. So either we finish the game after 1 hour 25 minutes, but we'll get there depending for about the soft cap and the hard cap. Well, we'll get there later. But if you score 15 points before the other team, obviously, then you are winning the game. And we're taking a break after one of the two team reaches the 8-point mark, or about 45 minutes into the game, to give the teams a little break, and making sure also, because you see the two teams are switching sides at each point, just to make sure everything is well balanced and the team doesn't have an advantage depending on which side they have started the game. Zone defense by the Bees. Tempest, long pass, but just out of reach. Great focus, great second effort by Beatty to secure that hole. Quickly dishing it to number 75, McGregor. Tempest scoring on this offense. Oh, great response to Queen City. Last point. Taking, again, a short 1 point lead in this game.
That was a clean hold. That's all they
was.
did. They walked it up the field. They had few little dishy passes through that cup, and it broke open. So Tempest has played again in this wind. I think this is nothing new for them. And Regina, it's the same thing, but it's more about containing now and understanding what are you giving your opponents. And right now, I think they're giving them a little bit too much room to throw these big ones, and needing to lock down a little bit more on their handlers in the front.
And G, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was probably the shortest point
I think so
we have
too.
witnessed in this game.
Yes. Nice clean hold. Let's see if the Bees can do the same thing for this next one.
I'm sure it's their plan. Let's see if
yes.
they can execute it. So we'll take just a few seconds to thank all the volunteers making this event such a huge success. Thanks also to Ultimate Canada for putting it together. You don't have an idea how much complex and such a challenge to organize an event that welcomes over 1,000 athletes in the first half of the week and about 1,500 in the second half. Regina, great grab. Was that caught? Yes, it was caught. Nice effort by Jeannie Egger. And a quick possession, a quick hold by Regina responding to Tempest. Quick hold. Wow, what a battle are we witnessing. We are tied once again, this time at 5.
Great movement by the handlers there for the Bees. They were able to find 1 or 2 holes right through that arrowhead zone. And in that zone, they were able to just kind of pop it right past the wings. Ginny Eager with that amazing catch right before the end zone would just basically save them because that disc was dropping. So if she didn't lay out for that one, I don't think she would have had that. So she is an up-and-comer, young and very youthful player that has come out of Ultimate. She just started 2 years ago and is loving the game. Plays with so much heart and passion and is just going for it right now. So this is her first CUC senior as she's played Wheaties, the Saskatchewan Wheaties team for the last 2 years. So, or yes, I think it was 2. I might be wrong. I'm old, so I can't remember.
Graduated.
Yeah, she graduated and aged out. Yes. Or aged up.
That's one thing that makes the junior division so exciting. So you see them growing up throughout the years, and at one point it just hit it. So it's always like a renewed squad. That's you see, and that's one of the challenge when you manage one of the junior program is to make sure there's always some youngster pushing upward when there's some players graduating, making sure you have young players to replace them.
There's a regular 3-3-1 zone again, and they pop it over.
Just a little too high. Hard to handle. In addition to that, you have the sun in your face, so you might lose sight of the disc for just a...
They have a sideline trap going right now, and there's the turn.
Block. Hall denying that Regina pass, but there's a call. I believe it's on the throw.
Observer Alan Baggish over there tapping his head, telling us that it is a stall down call, meaning that they said the T of 10 and the disc was still in their hand. So.
And G, for those who are less familiar with the sport, when we say salt to 10, it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's approximately 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Otherwise, if your seconds are too short, you will be called a pass count.
Pass count. Which happens a lot.
Nice pivot on the goal line. Regina facing off Tempest, but what a very super precise pass in the traffic.
Love the confidence in Cypherling to try and break through that cup, right through the holes.
Great pivot. Some crashes in the cup, but cannot handle the pass with the wind blowing on the field. Quickly, Tempest moving up, and 2 passes later, scoring their 6th point. Tempest taking back a 1-point lead in this game. We are almost at 45 minutes into this game, 43 minutes to be precise. So we are in the mode of halftime, 6-5. And G, I believe it seems like the pace of the game have increased. It started very slow with a lot of turnovers, and now it seems that the 2 squad are taking more and more confidence into their execution. while we are being thankful to the Tempest player bringing back the sheet that were picked
I
up by
lost
the
my
wind.
paper. Thank you, Tempest. Just on the live stream, I'll let everybody know that I thank Tempest for helping me catch all my papers and information.
So Natalie Perrin saving the day for our sheet with all the rosters and the team information that we're so grateful to have for sharing with everybody on the live streams. Regina on the sideline with the rolling pool, ending its course out of bounds. But with a blady flick, time was running out.
You could see it. You could see it in her how she was holding that disc, and she got like she's
Yes,
like, I have to let it
gotta
go.
Put it.
Gotta put it.
Otherwise, what happens when you get stalled down and the disc is a turnover where it was? That's not what you want. Tempest in their own goal line. Gee, you mentioned it earlier. What an uncomfortable position to be in. It's windy. You're being played a zone. You're in your own goal line. You don't want that pass to be intercepted, otherwise it will cause a point for the other team, which we call a Callahan. And that's not a word you want to hear unless you're the one causing the Callahan, of course. Tempest in motion, moving upward. Dodd with the disc. Regina holding on their zone defense, which have caused a lot of problem, a lot of pressure on the handling squad from Tempest. Once again, Dodd quarterbacking this offense. Nice pass cut in, and it's caught by 17, not the initial intended receiver, but nonetheless making the pass. And Tempest scoring their 7th point. It is a break point by the Newfoundland team, now leading by 2 late in this first half.
We might be able to get to 8 before the horn goes.
We might be. So we are in the 46 minutes, so more likely we'll play one more point before the halftime break. So will it end 8-5 in favor of Tempest, or will we have a 1-point game if Queen City scores that last point of this first half? Exciting game, women's division pool play, Newfoundland against Regina. And Mother Nature also spicing things up with great wins.
The juniors had to play through the rain and the wind, so I'm happy that the seniors get just the wind for now. Hopefully the rain stays away, but this wind isn't friendly to anybody, except maybe for these two teams right now, because they're making it look pretty easy.
Day 1 of junior was windy, super windy. Day 2 was just windy. Day 3 was, well, name it, rainy, windy, blowy, gutsy, whatever.
All of it.
All of it.
Miserable, but good.
But
'Cause it was
nonetheless,
exciting.
extremely entertaining.
Yes.
Zone defense by Regina. Tempest miscuing on the reset. Great opportunity for Regina. They are in the red zone. Less than 20 yards away from a potential point. But unfortunately, the land is where the disc finishes its course. Tempest, 2 yards away from their own goal line. Great cut in by Hall. Still zone defense by the Regina representative. Beatty with the disc, unfortunate drop by number 13. Once again, Queen City Bees threatening to put an end to this first, but well run, good pass, but the wind is picking it up, making it complicated to catch, and Tempest will have another opportunity of scoring, but they are at their own goal line, 70 yards away from a point floaty flick, landing its course in Regina's own half. Quick transition by Regina. Now it's number 28, Wilson. Great position by Regina once again. Will they be able to convert? They are resetting it in the middle to Sifferling. Less than 10 yards away. Nice backhand, but once again picked up by the wind. It was just a slight angle, but really
Wrong
the wind
edge.
just picked it up.
Wrong edge on the disc. It's going to turn over right away.
One of the challenge when you're an ultimate player and you want to improve your throwing skill is to go outside and throw when the weather is not good.
Exactly.
That's what you
And
need to do, because you know when you come to
you
a
can't
national
plan for
championship,
30K
absolutely.
wins the whole time, but you got to
Absolutely.
keep trying to throw.
Tempest in motion, nice pass and run exchange by number 12 and number 13, Holder and Beatty. Beatty once again with the disc, 24 yards away, entering the red zone. Hall, nice cut in. Beatty taking in charge this offense. Fitkowski with the disc, but miscued. Once again, unfortunate they were in the right position. They are now setting their zone defense. Timeout call. Nice call.
Oh,
You think
those
so?
are. I
At
had a
their own goal line.
conversation with someone about it, and these timeouts on your own end zone line are concerning. You now allow the other team to set up in a defense. I understand that you get the break and you can have a nice offensive play off of it, but now they get to set up as well. So I see both sides, but as a handler in this situation, I would be more so inclined to not call the timeout right on my end zone line, but at least it's not on the sideline where
Right.
it's very much trapped.
I totally agree with you.
But Christensen, I think, knew that her team was getting a little tired, knew that they needed to kind of figure some things out and clean some things up. So maybe she had to just make that call there just to kind of get everybody back to a good baseline so that they can move the disc up again. Because Tempest kind of had them for a bit, and they just kept moving it right past them and breaking them actually on the backhand side. So hopefully the Bees can clean this up and then they can move it down the field just like they did before.
Tempest have called a timeout early in the game, and now we're late in the first half. The team have one timeout per half, and there's a floater that they can take either in the first half or in the second half. So let's see how Regina answers after that timeout.
Looks very trappy.
It is indeed.
We've got a lot of people on that open side right now baiting some throws.
Nice pivot footwork. G is hand clapping.
I am a little bit of bias. These girls, like I said, I've coached a ton of them, but they're moving it through that cup very well, and they're just keeping calm, which is, I think, something that a lot of the young teams need. It's just that calm, cool, collected, just
Play.
chill attitude. You know?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Small ball here. Small passes. Precise, accurate, on target. Tempest trying to block it, but unfortunate drop by number 28, Wilson. Tempest with Beatty throwing it long, landing into Regina's own red zone. About 7 yards.
That
behind the
arrowhead's
brick
coming
line.
back again, Etienne. They're back
Right.
into that arrowhead set.
You are right. Once again, Regina fighting hard against Tempest pressure. Floaty disc, well read in the air with authority by number 4, Sifferling. Again, Regina, great disc movement, going upward in the red zone near the sideline. Taking their time. Number 26, Murray. On the right hand side, 1-to-1 defense play by Tempest, flicking it. Was that caught in? Waiting for the observer's confirmation, and it is confirmed.
Hands are up.
Nice tiptoeing to stay inside. Queen City B scoring their 6 point, now making this game a 1 point game to conclude the first half of this women's senior division game. We are in pool play action here in Edmonton. And how important is that point for Regina? So instead of trailing 8-5, you're only trailing by 1 small point. And the good news is Regina will start the second half on offense. So they will have, the logic remains, they will have the opportunity of tying the game, but I think we might have made I think it was not the last point, so the players are still on. So sorry for misleading you.
I can't hear anymore.
We thought it was a halftime break.
Oh yes.
But we obviously were wrong. The observer is saying, well, we'll play probably one more point. But nonetheless, Regina making this game a 1 point game with the opportunity of potentially making this game a tie one. Nice, deep, long, floaty pull, landing in the death corner. Quickly, Tempest getting out of this very uncomfortable position and
Beautiful
moving the
pull.
disc well on the left-hand side, but it's blocked after a miscue. Nice awareness by Shelby McKay. Regina threatening to tie this game at 7. Number 2 with a laser flick around her mark, but it lands on the ground. Tempest quickly putting the disc back into play, challenging Regina's zone defense. Now are getting closer to the sideline, to this corner you don't want to be in. Nice crashing by number 17 entering Tempest. And now there was a foul call by number 31.
I
I
believe
think it's number 32, Costigan.
yes.
Called the foul.
Called the foul on number 10, Liz Hart. They're having a great discussion about it right now, as there is some time for you to talk to your opponent just to kind of see your point of view and their point of view.
And now it seems they will be asking, well, it seems like they resolved it amongst them too.
Looks
So-
like it's a foul, uncontested foul.
And that's what the spirit of the game is all about. Self-officiated. Observers are there to facilitate when there's a disagreement. But once again, Tempest in the corner looking for an opportunity for a window, but Regina is there to defend it after this Tempest drop. There was an opening for Regina, but the pass was a little too long and too high.
Yep.
Once again,
That corner seems like a bad spot to kind of float it in. It's going to keep going.
I'm sure you got stuck many times in
Oh,
that
yeah.
corner, Ginny.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a place you want to be in.
The last time I played in Edmonton was in 2019 when it hailed and the winds were much bigger than this. So I get it. Totally get it.
Great opportunity, great cut in by number 21, but unfortunately she cannot handle McKay. Once again, Tempest getting near that corner, resetting it in the middle, losing a few yards, but looking for an opportunity, a slight window in that Regina zone defense. Surely, but shortly winning some yardage, some bumping. Oh, when somebody steps on your big toe with their cleats. How painful is that, G?
On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe an 8 or a 9.
You smile, you breathe in, you breathe out, and you move on.
You move on. It still hurts, but you move on.
And at night you will look at your toe
Oh, yep.
nail.
And all the
Think,
toenails
"What's that
falling
black
off?"
thing over there.
Oh,
Nonetheless, once again, Regina in a great position to score their 7 point to tie the game. Nice flick. Oh, some pressure by Tempest. and number 22, McDougall, could not handle it. Again, Tempest at their own goal line. They've been in that position many times over the course of the last few minutes. That point getting longer. Great grab by Tempest, quickly flicking it upward. Getting some breathing room, midfield already, but Swift, number 30, missing her backhand throw. Is there a claim that it was caught before it hit the turf? I think
looks
that's
like
what
both
they're
teams
arguing.
actually said
Yeah.
it was down. So great spirit by everybody. Woo! Good job,
Still
everyone.
quickly resolved. Great spirit, even
Yes.
though both teams are fighting extremely hard.
Yeah.
And that national.
Bees
Hopefully
actually
good.
won Spirit, I believe, in 2 years ago. And Saskatchewan 1 year actually won Spirit for 4 of the 5 divisions they played in that same year. So it was we try to make sure we know the rules and we bring a lot of good positive energy to the field. So it's great to see right now, especially in these long points where things can get physical and things can get a little bit heated, but
Absolutely.
it seems like everybody is in control of their emotions and playing the game.
You can play hard, but you need to play to be fair. Tempest in a good position, less than 10 yards away from potentially their 8th point. There's a call. Is it on the mark? Is it an offense foul?
Looks like a timeout
Timeout
for
by
Tempest.
Tempest, their second timeout of the game, which I believe probably the longest point so far in this game. And how decisive is that point? Is it? That's what, am I saying that every time? Probably.
They all feel long after a while, though.
I guess.
They do.
I guess.
Yeah, they feel long. But you know what? We're up here talking while they're doing it, so I think every single one of these points is pretty long for them, unless it's.
I guess
boom, boom,
that's
boom,
my
score.
point. I feel for them.
Yeah.
You know?
As spectators, we have the pleasure of standing around and watching all of it happen. But what they do on the field is so much more, and so much. They need so much energy, and their mental game has to be pretty high, especially in wind like this, and turnovers are happening all over the place. So, again, kudos to you guys, because this is tough, and these points are long, and they're doing a great job of just keeping it together.
Tempest setting themselves up. Vertical stack in the end zone. Now Regina will set themselves up in order to deny this great positioning by Tempest to score their what can potentially be their 8th point of the game. Perrin, backhand, partially blocked, but it's caught by Tempest after being partially blocked by Regina deep in the end zone. Number 32, if I'm not mistaken, Costigan catching that disc. Tempest taking back a 2-point lead, in which I believe the conclusion of this first half. I called that before, but I was wrong. I'm just looking to make sure.
We are
But
at
yes, we are in halftime mode. Tempest from Newfoundland with a short 2-point lead, 8-6. Tempest having scored 3 break point, while Queen City Bees having responded with 2 break point early in the game.
And we've seen that their leads have changed a few times in this game already. So the Bees have a great chance right now. They're going to be on offense next. They're going to have a chance to move that disc up again. So it's just about keeping it calm and making some 100% throws and keeping possession, especially in this wind. You can't really predict some of the crazy throws out there and where the disc is going to go, but we can fight hard for our position and try to be there, especially when it just sits. So it's kind of swilly down there where, well, if you see if you kind of look around, you can kind of see the wind just kind of do everything right now. So discs are sitting in the air. They're not just dying, or they're not just going. They're just sitting a little bit, floating a little further. So it's just about chasing those down and being crisp with your throws.
Absolutely. So looking forward for a great second half of this pool play matchup featuring Queen City Bees from Regina against Newfoundland Tempest. We will take a short break before kicking things off in the second half. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I love working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied. To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
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 That would be
We
interesting
are
to see.
back for this second half of this pool play featuring Tempest from Newfoundland and Queen City Bees from Regina. Etienne with G sharing this exciting live stream. So far, Tempest has took a 2-point lead, 8-6. in this game. But Queen City Bees have started the first half with a 3-1 lead, which Tempest was able to catch up. Tempest having scored 3 breakpoint, while Queen City Bees have responded with only 2 so far, because this game is far from being over. We're almost 5 minutes before 3. So the majority of the game time allowed, so this game is intended to finish at 3:10. So there's about 15 minutes left. So 15 minutes, a gazillion thing can happen in 15 minutes, G. Am I right?
Oh, yep. 15 minutes isn't a long time, and in this kind of game where any turnover changes it, it could be 1 point, it could be 2 or 3, we don't know yet. So this is going to be really interesting to see how hard Queen City Bees comes out, and also how much grinding the ladies from Tempest will do on defense.
So Bees trailing by 2 points, but will kick things off in the second half on offense with a great opportunity of making this game a 1-point game. Let's see if they can execute in order to close the gap, but there's a offside call, and the offside, was there a call? I'm not sure. I think it was offside. It will be noted by the observers, but no consequences at this point. So Tempest looking like they will be setting a zone defense. Regina. Great crashing in. Nice and patient handler work. Now Christensen feeding Sefferling. Nice pass. McDougall in a great position, holding it back. Knowing the importance of this point, going on the right side. There was an opening on the left-hand side, but it's floating, and it's everybody's this, but Tempest catches it near their own goal line. Looking to respond quickly, Regina setting their zone defense. Tempest patiently resetting the disc. Small passes. Nice around pass. Finding Dodd along the sideline. Some breathing room for the Tempest offense initiative. Now Perrin with the disc. Feeding Dodd. Still sticking on the right hand side along the sideline. Disc is floating, and it's caught 1 yard shy of a point. It's number 30 Swift with the disc looking for a reset. Perrin is there 2 yards away from the goal line. Perrin flicking it in the space. It's caught by number 5, and the point is confirmed by the observers. Juliette Hudson with nice field awareness, tiptoeing herself in to provide Tempest their 9th point. So the Newfoundland squad now leading by 3 to kick things off in this second half, which will be very short. We are less than 15 minutes remaining on the clock.
Tempest did a good job there of just whatever openings they had, even if the force was going to the home side, they just used it the whole way. The defense up the field just a little bit behind the play. So they had some long shots where they were just a little bit behind and needed to kind of be in a better position just to take that away. Unfortunate over there with Chamberlain falling, because I think she would have had a little bit of a play on the disc. But again, after the rain last night and all day yesterday, the fields are a lot slipperier than you think. So keeping your cleats, making sure your cleats don't have mud all over it's going to be key also, so you don't slip around and fall.
But I can't help but being amazed at still considering the beating that that field suffered yesterday. It's still in.
My clothes are still wet.
Well, yeah, mine are also, but still the field is in a still fairly good condition considering the harsh temperature that we've experienced yesterday. Regina, again, having to find some solution against Tempest zone defense. Unfortunately, miscuing after trying to put the disc behind Tempest zone defense. Tempest putting it back into play. Regina quickly setting their zone defense, partially blocked. McGregor with the disc. I think she was maybe a little surprised by how quick that disc was going towards her. Did she try to catch it and to protect herself? I don't know, maybe both. Floaty disc being picked up by the wind. Tempest again. McGregor less than 4 yards away from the goal line. Now it's Holder with the disc, resetting it. Now Hall going to number 12. Juggling with the disc. Could not get a grasp on it. Great effort, but it's a turnover for Regina, now stuck in the corner of death.
There's that trap again. There's Tempest is really trying to keep them on that sideline there. Just jamming it through, not allowing anything through that middle, and there's the
turnover. Well, you got to give some credit to the Tempest zone defense, which is very, very hard to go over, especially when you're stuck in that corner. So great job on defense by the Newfoundland squad. And good job once again for scoring the second point of the second half. And it's a break point by Tempest, who are now leading by 4, which now less than 15 minutes remaining on the clock. So clock is ticking for Regina. Tempest in the driver's seat. So when there's less than 15 minutes, and considering the time that each point have been taken so far in this game, it's quite a challenge for Regina if they hope to recover from trailing by 4 points right now.
Yeah, they just need to keep focusing on point by point, possession by possession. Just keep moving the disc, keep trying to do what they're doing. They're not doing anything that I would say is like a mistake, but I think it's more so the wind isn't helping, but we need to be a bit more careful with our throws and cautious as to what's happening with our throws. Intention is going to be important, right? Just really
Absolutely.
trying to drive that disc to our player, like our teammates, and get those passes going and making sure we're catching them.
Rolling pull by Tempest, landing on the left hand side, but rolling its way out of bounds on the right hand side. Of course, from a Tempest perspective, if you're Regina, well, you know, just switch the left and the right. Nonetheless, Regina near on the sideline, but the wind again picking up the disc, providing Tempest with a break opportunity. 1-to-1 defense set by Regina, trying to block this Newfoundland squad, but that's what they're doing right now. There's an opportunity, there's a long target, but Regina rather saving it. Christensen want to make it safe. Some juggling.
Lots of juggling.
The disc.
Lots of juggling today. This wind is really making it hard for them just to catch these the little high ones there. So anything that's in the air right now is almost like a 50-50 shot. So hopefully we can clean up the throws and keep it a little lower so they have a better chance.
And it's really gusts of wind that are blowing on field number 1 right now. So was that caught in? Observers confirms that it was out. So will be Regina disc with an opportunity of redemption. Unfortunately, this back was a little too behind for number 10, Elizabeth Hart. Beatty or Dodd with the disc, but another turnover quickly. Regina moving it upward, not allowing Tempest to set their zone defense. One-to-one defense by the dark jerseys. Regina looking for an option, going backward but holding on the disc. Some reset in the middle. Nice pass and run, but pass was too low. Offering ourselves as a target in the middle, but miscued by Regina. In the meantime, Tempest trying to strike back, but another turnover by the dark jerseys.
The long point won't really help the Bees a bit right now, as the time is winding down. So hopefully they can shoot their shot when they have it, just to get it a bit down. But these turns aren't their friend.
We are now a little over 10 minutes remaining on the clock. So mathematically still feasible to what a challenge it is, and Tempest adding an extra layer of challenge by scoring their 11 point. It's now a 5-point deficit for Queen City Bees. So great work by the Newfoundland team, just making this second half all about their success. All 3 points of the second half have been scored by Tempest. It's actually their 4th consecutive point, considering the last point they've scored in the first half. It's a great run by Newfoundland.
Newfoundland's doing a great job on defense. They're understanding that they need to push them to the sideline and make it hard for the Bees to just move that disc. And it is making the Bees work a little harder. I do think too, the Bees are just, they seem a little tense with the disc, or throws are just going a little bit too high. So it's been a little tougher for them to just kind of focus in and just catching and throwing. Hopefully they can hold this point right now and maybe get another break in a second. But Tempest is doing a wonderful job of just marking up and making it hard for them to make easy throws.
If you haven't had enough of live stream for today here at Ultimate Canadian Championship, well, we have a 4th assignment that will start at 3:30 local time, which will feature Alberta own Rumble versus Root. We will be in the open division, so stay tuned for what a catch by McGregor. Is that confirmed? Waiting. And it's confirmed by the observer. What a catch by number 74, Emily McGregor. Just
Beautiful
one-hand
catch.
grab. Wow.
What a great grab. What a great bid. That was very dramatic, though. I must say that. Us waiting for that, those hands to just come up from Mr. Alan Baggish over there. Head observer, by the way, of the weekend. He's here all week, everyone. That was the most dramatic signal I've seen for a goal. We were waiting up here for quite a while just to see what was going on. Great move,
So
Tempest.
Kind of his knee were a little bent in.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
was
like he was
slow.
waiting not only to throw his hand in the air, but like to jump. Almost.
It looked like he wanted to.
Tough job on the field, keeping track of time, making sure all the rules are being applied. And sometimes you see stuff where you cannot enforce this on that you're being asked to, making sure also everybody stays disciplined. We have witnessed in the junior division some cards being granted, maybe a little too many, but still.
More cards than you would have expected?
Well, we have seen some blue cards, we have seen some yellow cards, we have seen many all sets of colorful cards. But in the meantime, Tempest threatening after Regina miscuing on the latest pass. Holder now to Costigan, and it's Fleming, Abigail Fleming, opening herself up in order to receive that pass. It's the 13th point of Tempest. Queen City Bees have not been answered to Tempest momentum in this second half. It's Tempest's 6th consecutive point considering the last point of the first half, with approximately 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
They just got to clean it up, one throw at a time.
So as we were mentioning, the observers, it's a tough job, but if you're interested in learning more about observing ultimate frisbee, well, there's many clinics all throughout the summer to train you and giving you the opportunity of practicing the art and science of observing, because it is indeed sometimes a science, sometimes an art. So the orange team always looking to hire more people. So feel free to sign up for any of these clinics to know more about the sport of ultimate and all the interpretation possible of the rules. Regina looking to block Tempest momentum. Tempest putting that junk defense in place, which have caused so many headaches to Regina's handlers so far in this pool play game. Once again, McGregor blocking this pass, putting a stop to this rolling disc course. McGregor diving to save that hold. Nice pass going around the mark, number 16 Hall, while we're hearing the horn blow, signaling that we will more likely finish this point. It's a soft cap horn, so we'll finish the point. If it's a Tempest point, which will be their 14, it will be a game to 15. So as anticipated initially, but if Regina makes the score, then it will be a game to 14.
Yep.
Long game by Regina, well read and well caught. Wow, great focus by number 28, if I'm not mistaken, Sarah Wilson.
Kronkowitz with the disc right now. Looks like a call.
I suspect there was a pick call.
It was a question. There are not many hand signals, so we're guessing from up here.
Near the sideline, Regina midfield going long, nice flick, and it's caught by number 27, Olivia Moise.
I think it's a pick call.
Was a pick call.
Yep. We have an observer hand signal for the pick.
So the pick call had an impact on the output of the field, so that's why the disc goes back. But if there was a pick without any impact on the output of the play, then it would just be denied and we would be moving on. It was a great attempt by Regina. Still, can they repeat the action once again? Moise with the disc, looking upward. Nice up the line cut by number 9, Williams. And here it is. And now it's confirmed. Observers' hands are up. Queen City Bees putting an end to this momentum of Tempest, scoring their 7th point late in this second half. But it will be a game to 14, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think it was the hard cap that was blown,
yes,
which would put an end to this game. Tempest from Newfoundland winning this game by the score of 13-7, facing Queen City Bees from Regina. What a great show, great skill set. These two teams have been displayed a lot of athleticism, great spirit also, and what an amazing intensity have they shown us here today in this live stream.
Those points were long. They were grinding it out the whole time. Tempest showed a lot of composure when they had the disc, and I think in the end that's what won them that game. Composure, keeping that possession, and just really being chilly with the disc is part of that, right? So I think the Bees did a wonderful job of just coming out hot and just coming out and just being strong out there. Little mistakes really hurt them in the end, but they did a great job just showing up and being here and showing what Regina has to offer as well. So kudos to them. And Tempest, again, I think they're going to do some great things here, and they're going to turn some heads, and especially in this win, they look comfortable, and I think that's going to help them a lot throughout the tournament.
And it was a difficult, windy condition to play an ultimate game into, but they responded very well to the challenge, and we're wishing both of these teams the best of luck in their national championship. So it's always amazing to have Newfoundland and Saskatchewan teams attending this national championship. It's always a pleasure to stream them live on the web. So thanks you all for being with us throughout this live stream. G, it was a pleasure to sharing the mic with you. Thank you. It was a privilege, I should say.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
Of course. So thanks again for being with us. We will be moving on with our next live stream featuring Alberta Rumble against Rut.
Saskatchewan. Yep, another SAS team coming in here. Rut.
Amazing. So an all prairies matchup, Alberta versus Saskatchewan. So looking forward for an exciting game. So stay tuned for more action here. National Championship Senior Division. Stay tuned and thanks for being with us. Cheers.
Stage to keep possession alive.
Huge bid, gets the tie.
Great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it.
They throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me?
And an incredible pick.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year. Stage to keep possession alive.
Huge bid, gets the tie.
Great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it.
They throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me?
And an incredible pick.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.